going with Spark operation with the data frames. So we are going to cover here changing column name in data frames, and changing column data type, and the various aggregation function, and what is the difference between take and collect in the Spark. So we can also rename or drop or change the data type of data frame or column. Let's see the example in my next lecture. In our data has rather awkward, rather like previously you see my watch, so we see the data of a Bollywood movie, and there is a column called hitFlop. So this column name looks awkward, so it's however, so we can change the column name is like movie rating. So there is a method in Spark called withColumnRenamed we can use. So data frame dot withColumnRename, and then column name and new column name. So it's a result of the new, it will create a new data frame, and it's after the creating of this new, you can see the print schema, the column name hitFlop you can't see, only the you see the rating last column, right? So the next part is how changing the column data types is, which is very important parts most of the time when we read CSV data. uh, all the columns, or sometimes it's so the string here, example launch date, which is a string launch date here, but we are converting into date column. So with column new, this is previously we renamed column, and now we're creating new column. So using with column, and then launch date, all the column name, and then casting to date. To date function, it will take input and output, right? So input output is just format. I'm saying output is nothing but it return the value. Input string format, and then whatever the format you have inside. So we have format like something day, and then month in like Jan, Feb, March, and then years for string. So it automatically convert YYY hyphen MMM Okay, so release you see here, and now Spark offer to end from method to date and timestamp type. In the snippet, we can see the drop column. Previously release date, the to date method takes the column we want to read from and format of the YYMMD. This is, there are many has been failure some of the row which is converting string to date. So there is a way, like if it's not able to convert, it will make it null. So we are going to here see the data where it is got to fail. So it's the new, previously I dropped, but in my other example I didn't drop. So all column name is release date, and new column is launch date, and we are doing dot where launch date is not null, so 5 result. So these are the data it got failed. So NA is a null, and release date is also null because it's have comma is not able to convert. So we can also converting failure those row which did not have valid value of release date, or we are not able to format we fast in. We can find a total number of failures, so it's 54. So just use select release date launch date to column where launch date is null, and we are doing count. Similarly, if you have a date column, we can apply the years, month, day method to launch date column. For instance, we can rewrite a query, select year from column, then we can select, and if you want to distinct, means it remove duplicates, and then order by year launch dates based on the years. So we are getting years from date. So if you have a date type, you can apply various data operations or dates, extract the value like years, month, day. So not the result also include null as the entry of output, since the row which did not have the correct date format, which missing data returned to null in the date to date format, right? So similarly we can also use the some aggregation function, max, min, average, sums can be used for some mathematical operation, and some of the example that we use in the method. So here I'm going to select data from data max hitFlop method. So it's showing the max hitFlop is 9. Similarly, minimum value is 1. Similarly, sum is a 2753. Similarly, average. For interesting query, we also do some different kind of method. Rating movie release date each years, we will use group by release years and average values. So first select the column, then group by, then average. So what we did, we select rating, which is hitFlop, and release years, then group by release years, then average of hitFlop column and order by release years, and then showing the result. So now the next part is what is the difference between take and collect. So take and collect, when we invoke collect on DataFrame, we are returning all the rows that make up the data frames. This can be time consuming and memory intensive operation, potentially resulting in out of memory error. If data frame is large enough, in such a situation it intend to pick the few records, it is better to use take methods that return the first n row object to the data frames. So now let's do some practical on. So just it's a previous my Spark program. If you see my GitHub, it's already there. And first I created a Spark session and the movie. So now what we are going to do is learn about. So what we did, we can also rename some other column value and new rename column is a new data frame, and then we use movies thought with column rename and existing column name. We can use actors, and the new column name is actor name, something like that. And then we can see print schema. So there is a function called print, and we can use new data frame name dot print schema, right? So it will return the new schema with the print existing column. So we just rename actor. So in new schema you will see a new column name which is actor name. So here. So now next is changing column type. So we're going to column type. So what we are going to do, value new df uh, equal to movie dot with columns, right? And we are going to use launch, and this is if your dollar sign is not working, you need to import this implicits Spark. After a Spark session implicit this will work. This was not working. So what we are going to do here, we just release date and we converted this format and a new hit, and we are going to print a schema and printing the 10 rows. So this will give error because new df I didn't put the correct name. So you see the, now what we are going to do for new data frames, we are going to see the 10 rows with column launch date to convert into, this is launch date and previously was the release date. So this new column launch date and release date was this one. So this converted into this, you see. And print schema is also launch date is date and release date is string, right? So this is working fine. Now we are going to use launch date, release dates, and where, and it's not working, right? So what we are going to do, we just select release date, launch date column where launch date is null. Launch date is our new column, and then we are showing like 5 rows. So you see there are various this is not able to convert, there is null, launch date is null. Okay, so we can also do count also if you want to do. This is also aggregate function. We use new data frame and doing the count. So number of count where launch date is null. So these are the value we are not able. So 54 rows we are not able to convert, and we can also use similarly to select years, because launch date is now date. So we can apply date function here. So what is going to be just selecting launch dates and then converting, and it's extracting years. So all year will come, then the next part will be distinct, the next part will be order by, and then next part is the so on. So we are doing incremental order, so incremental null will come first and the value is the second. And similarly way, there is a way to the aggregate function. You can also try various operation, and this is my new data frame release year. So this is a good thing about IntelliJ. It's so the data types and all those things. What is this one? What is this one? It's really I like count order by. Let's see what's going to happen. We select release year, the group by release year, count order by release year. This just unit it will return. Yeah. This is also like counting release year. How many records for each one, right? So 2061 records. So highest record is I think this one, right? 2010. And similarly way we can do min, max, sum, but this is, let's do this one. So I'm going to do my new data frame, and what we are doing here is release at hitFlop column, group by release average. So each year what is the average value of hitFlop? So it's very simple. Let's see it work or not. Yeah, so each year you see the average value, you can see. So this is the operation you guys can take. Please do practice, and I'm going to add this one in my git directory, git commit spark operation. I'm just typing git post. Yeah, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe my channel.